So I did build this diagonally. This is my first diagonal where I'm sort of fitting the second layer on top of the first layer, versus my previous design was like this. All right, my original design was I was gonna actually leave some gap. Now, when you put these cells, the more together it is, right? This probably leads to more heat collecting. Obviously, because you see half of these cells are basically, touching each other, and when heat touches each other, there's nowhere for it to go. So I feel like, in terms of air dissipation, I think this is better because you have more airspace here. Doesn't sound like much, but that, I think, alone could be huge. But now I haven't tested this. I've never had battery overheating problems. So even you do this, you should be fine, because most of the problems happen if your battery reaches like 90 degrees Celsius or something. But I don't think they ever reach more than like 30, 40, 50 degrees. But in terms of also making, I just feel like the straight is better method. So I just made this for fun. Um, but I do feel like the straight method is better. Do let me know what you guys think. Diagonal or straight? Heat difference, which you think is more efficient. I feel like this will cool it better, especially if you use a battery box like mine where the VS is together. Also, I do have a heat plate here which came with the battery. So before that, I would ride my skateboard up this massive hill, and the VS would overheat, and the board would eventually stop until it cooled down. Now, what I did is I actually, before, the VSE was sort of just floating around, so I super glued it, and then I applied some of the quick the Arctic Silver CPU thermal paste from the heatsink of my VESC 4.20 flip ski to this metal plate. And after that, my temperature stays around 60 degrees, even at the highest. I haven't overheated it yet, so it makes a huge difference. You'll want some kind of, your if you have a heat, if you don't have a heat sink, obviously first add a heat sink to your VSC, right? And then the next step, if it still overheats, make some slots like this, and then attach a big metal plate. And you can still make it waterproof. Just put a bunch of epoxy around it. All right, and then you attach your VESC onto the metal plate. And what this will do is, because the metal is exposed to the air, so when you ride, the faster you go, the more cooler air is gonna hit the metal and cool it down. And if your VESC is attached to that, it will cool it. So that's my latest modification. Anyway, sorry I got off topic, but have a great day and ask me any questions.